Example 4.13 says if f of x is equal to the square root of x, and this function is shifted left 1, vertically stretched by 2, and reflected over the x-axis, what is the new equation? This is just the opposite of what we did in example 4.11. In example 4.11, you already knew the equation, and then you had to determine what was the parent function, and then you had to write down the different transformations, 1, 2, 3, or whatever order we put them in. And this is just the exact opposite. This time you know the parent function and you know the transformations, you just need to write the equation. So I'll recommend that you go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to attempt to write this equation down yourself, and then when we come back, I will write down the equation for you to see and check if your answer is correct. Now let's take a look at the equation that's supposed to represent the square root function that's been shifted left 1, vertically stretched by 2, and reflected over the x-axis. So the vertical stretch by 2 is going to be a multiplier of 2. Multiplier of 2. Reflection over the x-axis is a multiplier by -1. And then the shifting left 1 is going to require me to add 1. Since I'm going horizontally, left means I'm going to add. So when I go to write this down, I'm going to put the square root of x plus 1. If I don't put the plus 1 under the square root, then it won't be counted as a left. It'll be counted as an up. So this is important that we make that distinction here. And then the multiplier, since it's vertical, I'm going to want to multiply the whole square root, not just the x. So that's the 2 goes there. And then the reflection over the x-axis is the same kind of multiplier as that vertical stretch. So I'll just tack on a negative to that 2, so then it makes it a -1 there. And I want this to be a new equation, so I'm not going to call it f. I'm going to call it either g or h. And if you don't even want to give it a name, you can just say y. Y equals -2 times the square root of x plus 1.